G'day everyone. This is Rangadad. Not financial advice, just the way I'm looking at the market. Uh, yeah, freaking boring weekend. So far, looks like we might have just started to get a little bit of action. Um, Basically, it's been building longs and shorts, both side of the price action at the moment. As per the little update we did. Oh, fuck you, Norton. Basically, we haven't had any significant drop yet. Been supported by the 200 EMA on the 15-minute. But we're not really breaking much structure either. Like, pullbacks have been pretty quick, and pumps have been pretty quick as well. So there's been a little bit of open interest dropping as we do pump as well. So pretty big drops in open interest actually. That's a little concerning. Really tough one to read. I think we just need to get some liquidity coming into the system to see which way it wants to go. Which Asia might provide that. I think there was some more stimulus news over the weekend. I can't confirm that though. I haven't looked at that in detail yet. So there is a big chunk here at 70k. 70k, there's a lot of liquidity there. The big guys are going to be able to sell into that quite heavily. So yeah, I think that is definitely on the cards for a rip to the upside before a pullback. But at the same time, this is kind of a pullback in time as well. You know, it hasn't dropped as much as this last little pullback, which concerns me a little bit because it could be a distribution. But yeah, if we look to it, the liquidation maps over the last couple of days, it's just been like this. There's been a heap of 100x below, you know, down to 67,300, a heap of 100x above up to about 69.5, 70k. So potentially it does both. It rips up and then pulls back, or if we see it go down first, it could just be doing a quick stop run before going higher. Really hard with Bitcoin at these sort of levels when you've got a lot of institutional investment now. Because the big guys do tend to like moving price to areas where they can buy or sell in large volumes. For that, you need the liquidity. So, not huge read, different to what I posted yesterday. There's nothing major. This Binance liquidation levels tends to suggest there's more to the downside here. But you know, other reads are showing differently. So we'll see how we go. I think today's close will potentially give us a bit of information. If we close negative again, then yeah, there's probably a bit more potential for downside in that case. But at the same time, it's hard to go against this momentum, and BWP still reasonably high. Even over the weekend, it's stayed elevated. So basically, the only thing is this. I've put the BTC USD longs on this chart now. It seems to have kind of bottomed off over the weekend. So it's been pretty flat. But we haven't seen any real drop in price action. So will be quite interesting to see. What we could actually see is more of this. So if we just keep dropping and price keeps going up, then it could be another decent leg up. So you got to be a little bit careful, but that read just, it stinks of people taking profit at this level and waiting to be able to buy back in at a lower level. It's just we haven't necessarily seen any pullback yet on that. So again, it could just be because there's that much buying pressure at the moment. It's keeping the price high. So a pullback in time is definitely possible, but I'm still erring on the side of caution to the downside. But if we get confirmed upside, then obviously that will switch. Shorter time frames. Basically, this is a hard read too because the ADX is quite low. This little white line here, typically that's below about 10. There's not much going on. So it has started to spike a little bit, but at the same time, your red is above your green, which tends to mean downside bias. So momentum's just ticking over to the downside. The MACD is ticking to the downside as well. So there is some downside pressure here. It's just a matter of, okay, do we come down in here and pick up these vector candles before going higher, which would be a retest of the 200 EMA on the 15-minute, or do we rip to the upside? This was an interesting breakout. We sort of had that on the chart yesterday for the live. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to break out to the upside, but so be it. Just after that live, we actually got across, I think, just after or just during, we got across of the DMIs. But yeah, I've got it in a mode that's a bit more quick to change at the moment. I haven't decided what the final number should be yet. I've only just got to the point where I've got my entries programmed in. I haven't fixed up the exits yet, so haven't done full back testing on this, so just beware of that. But typically, when green's above red, it's not a bad thing. So with the 25 look back, it gives you a longer period to be bullish over. There will be a sweet spot for different times in Bitcoin's history, I'd say. But yeah, the red is ticking up here. And we are sort of confirming a downside move off the bottom of the mid band of the Bollinger as well. So, it's postured that way. It's just going to be tricky. We kind of recovered this vector in here as well. A little bit of a wick above, so that there would be some liquidity sitting in about 68, 800-ish. If it wants to take that before ripping to the downside. But there's a fair bit below in this area as well. Plenty of vectors over here too. So generally, downside kind of looks more likely than not. You just got to be careful because on this sort of volume, as you can see here, a couple of candles and you rip, 400, $500 to the upside. And then when it does that, it starts to flip these things. You need to kind of get a bit more volume over a decent length of time to actually get a decent read. These things have been flip-flopping all weekend. All right. I think that's what to pretty much look out for this weekend. There was a little bit in so Doge went on a bit more of a run. That was interesting to me that we had some alts, some of the bigger alts that went on a bigger run than Bitcoin, which tends to happen at blow off tops or when things are topping out. So just be aware of that as well. Kind of was a little indicator that we might be starting to top out. Where was the other one? AVAX, it was. Oh, KDA. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, we just need some clear direction from it. I think we'll get that today or tomorrow. I don't think it'll hold where it is for an amazing amount of time. There's too much interest in it at the moment. All right. I'll catch you later.